In the news this week, Manon investigates into the marking boycott.
Charlie attends the Vice Chancellor's Question Time event.
Maisie reports on the Kent Wheels controversial price tag.
And Irina looks into the £10 challenge.
I'm Alexander Lilly.
And I'm Alexia Simone Addo. And you're watching KTV News. Welcome to KTV News.
It's been a tense week on campus as the UCU marking boycott has been taking place. The good news is the boycott has been suspended until January. Manon looks into the action further.
Whether students were affected or weren't aware of the current situation, incomprehension was the general trend.
I just find the whole thing a bit ridiculous, how it's a strike about pension and about teachers basically striking that their pensions are being cut, but the ones who are really in danger and in jeopardy right now are the students because they are boycotting marking exams and marking any assessments. So really, this is not a strike against the system, it's a strike against the students if you really think about it. When you're facing against a bigger person, you're meant to punch up, not down. When it comes to my marking, I'm going to be at a big loss because all my marks will be delayed, especially since my course is mostly coursework based. It's going to take me much longer to be marked, so I might not even graduate on time. And I'm an international student, so I can't even go back home because I'm not sure when I can go back home because I might not graduate.
1 week after graduation day, but also 1 week after the official suspension of the marking boycott, Isaac concerns seem far away. Yet, negotiations are still underway and the boycott may come back in January. So, why are teachers unhappy with the current system? Charles, doctor in political thought, wanted to share with us how the current system affects him.
So who's losing from the actual agreement, the actual negotiations?
I think everyone who's a member of the pension scheme is ultimately losing out. And actually a recent study came out saying that women will be the most dramatically hit by the changes. Partly to do because some women take career leave. So they stop working for a while, then they start working again.
Yes.
And that means that there are unequal contributions to pensions already that are quite wide between men and women. And if the proposed plans go forward, they will be even worse.
What if the system doesn't change in the short term, meaning at the end of the year? What does it imply for you?
Well, personally, it means it's a lot less attractive to work in the UK. Salaries are lower, pensions are being threatened. In practice, we earn in the UK about 40% less than similar jobs in the US. So at the same level, we're paid 40% less. Now, you don't have to be an economist to understand that some people will be very attracted by moving to the US, and I know that some of my colleagues, and myself included, have been considering moving to the US. I'm not just in this for the money. I wouldn't have gone into academia just for the money. But there does come a point in your life when people are taking advantage of your weakness, the weakness of the union, for example, the weakness of our bargaining negotiations, and it becomes unacceptable.
Okay.
And when the universities are having massive surpluses, we don't really see why we have to continue tightening our belts and making sacrifices when the universities aren't. So it's very worrying, I think, for students because the UK used to be this hub of academic academic life. Everyone wanted to come here and actually, study with some of the world-leading experts in their fields. And now these experts are leaving. These experts are going somewhere else. And a lot of the time, some of the arguments that I hear are, but I'm paying £9,000 fees, which is true. So there has been, since the £3,000 fees, a 200% increase in student fees. Yet we've taken in that same period a 14% pay cut. Where is all that money going? Mm-hmm. And I would encourage students to ask that question and to see where their money is being invested, and not to take it out on us, but to join our fight, actually, and to say, well, we want our lecturers to be happy, we want our lecturers to have good working conditions. So maybe students should ask, how much is the Vice Chancellor being paid, for example? maybe they should ask about her pension fund arrangements and figure out, if, for example, she's contributing to her pension fund today. Because if the leader of our university doesn't have an interest in the pension fund anymore, then can we trust her to really make decisions that are for the benefit of everyone in the university? If the leader of our university doesn't have an interest in the pension fund anymore, then can we trust her to really make decisions that are for the benefit of everyone in the university?
Well, is that it? Well, he didn't really even discuss, no, he didn't even really answer any of my inquiries about how it really affects us. He just made a blanket statement about how much fees domestic students are paying, and notice he didn't even talk about international students and how they're going to suffer through this. I'm not convinced, but I do feel for them and I do understand what they're going through, and I do support them to an extent. It's just the execution is very poor.
Thank you, Manon. I hope they resolve the issue soon. We'll keep you updated on the dispute until it's resolved.
In other news, Charlie attended an event this week where students could ask the Vice-Chancellor's questions. Here's the report.
Hello, I'm stood outside the Collar Ferguson Hall, where today some students and staff have turned up to put some questions to the Vice-Chancellor of the university, Dame Julia Goodfellow. Inside, students and staff will be posing questions on university procedure, money and academic issues. This has been a great opportunity to have your say about how the university is run and put questions to the Vice-Chancellor about what they could do more for you. Unfortunately, today the turnout hasn't been as high as expected, but if you missed this, then transcripts will be available online of all of the questions and all of the answers. I've been Charlie Gardner, reporting for KTV News. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlie. Now, on to a more controversial topic.
Yes, the latest copy of Inquirer revealed the huge price tag of the Kent will. Here's Maisie with an in-depth report.
The latest edition of Inquirer has revealed that the Kent will cost £54,800. The cost was revealed by a Freedom of Information request made by Mature Students Officer Dave Kokoza. The Kent Eye stood here looking very grand and enticing many people up to campus from the local community, as it could be seen from Canterbury Town Centre. However, with a huge mud patch left behind and lots of money spent on it, was it worth it?
Yeah, when I saw the figure in the paper, it was nearly touching £60,000. It did seem a bit extravagant for the occasion, so to say.
I read the Inquirer, it was like £58,000 or something.
Yeah, I think the money could have gone elsewhere.
Very much elsewhere.
So what's your reaction knowing that the university is spending money on that instead of other things?
It's a bit pointless, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit of a waste, to be honest. Like, there's so many other things that they could use it.
Yeah, good to know.
Yeah.
Just big old wheel for no reason.
Yeah.
And do you know how the overall cost of the Kent Eye?
No, I don't know.
It was. If I told you that it was £54,800, what would your reaction be?
Oh wow, that would be my reaction. Yeah.
So how much did the wheel cost? Inquirer's report states to have the wheel here on campus, it cost £8,000 a week and £5,700 per week for other costs such as security staff. This means a total of £13,700 per week. With the wheel set to return from July to mid-October next year, the estimated overall cost that will have been spent on it will be £260,300. In a statement to Inquirer, a University of Kent spokesperson has said, the university allocated a budget of £350,000 for its 50th anniversary programme from its total annual income of over £200 million, representing less than 0.2% of the total. It is not possible to distinguish one source of income from another within the overall budget. The university has also said one of the aims of the 50th anniversary programme is to generate funds for the Kent Opportunity Fund. All income in excess of the costs, minus the £350,000 budget, will go to the Kent Opportunity Fund. The Kent Opportunity Fund was set up to support students financially so they can excel academically, professionally and personally. However, because the Kent Eye was so empty during its time here on campus, there is doubt as to whether ticket sales raised enough money for the scheme. Kent University assured Inquirer that they sold enough tickets to contribute positively to the scheme. As part of the 50th anniversary, students can apply for funding for their own scheme. A great example of this was the Campus to Campus Run, where students from the Athletic Society and Cross Country Club ran from our campus here in Canterbury to our campus in Paris, raising £6,000 for a charity called the Pilgrims Hospice in Canterbury. Also, the university is spending money to improve campus. A fine example of this is the Templeman Library project, which will make more study space for students. There are lots of positive outcomes to the 50th anniversary scheme. Whether the Kent Wheel is one of them is up to you. I'm Maisie Golding for KTV News, University of Kent Canterbury campus.
Our final story for this week is from Irina, who looks into the £10 challenge. Here's the report.
Hello, this year the University of Kent is hosting once again the £10 Enterprise Challenge, in which students are invited to test their entrepreneurial skills only with £10 worth of investment. Now let's see how some of the participants have decided to try to make money. Hello, I'm here with Edel, Vanessa, Kingsley and Kieran. Guys, tell me, what are you doing?
Well, we're selling waffles, so we're giving students a sweet treat after their lectures, so making sure that they're all warm for the winter.
Okay, and how did you come up with this brilliant idea?
So it's all part of the Student Enterprise Challenge, whereby you get £10 to set up your own business and then roughly 3 weeks to make as much money as you can. So what we decided is to come up with something that hopefully hasn't really been offered at campus. So we came up with waffles, and then we're also donating 10% of our profits towards charity, and then the rest of the money gets into reinvesting into buying more waffles.
That sounds brilliant.
Well, it's a long-term, indefinite venture here at the Medway campus. So
you can continue, of course, after you.
Hopefully, yes. We do get business mentor support and other sources of business-related information to help us grow and succeed.
Well, thank you once more time and good luck. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Now let's hear from Rachel at the Enterprise Hub, who is one of the organizers of the £10 Challenge. Hello, I'm here with Rachel Elcom, one of the organizers of £10 Enterprise Challenge. So Rachel, please tell us about the challenge.
The £10 challenge is a little bit like The Apprentice, for those who watch The Apprentice with Alan Sugar. We give students an investment of £10 or a nominal amount, we choose £10, and they then have a set amount of time to turn that £10 into as much of a profit as they can. It's an opportunity for them to gain some entrepreneurial skills, but a practical application of those skills as well. There are lots of theory-based activities people can attend, workshops and courses and things around campus, but nothing as much as they can put those skills into practice, and this is an opportunity for them to go ahead and do it. It's also a good opportunity for them if they have an idea and just need that little investment or need that little push to make it happen. It's an opportunity for them to try it out.
And I do know that this project exists only for 2 years. Why did you decide to organise it?
The Student Enterprise Make Your Mark initiative has been running for 2 years, so this is the second year, and it's been really, really successful, so we hope to continue it for much longer. But the £10 challenge was quite one of the first competitions that I ran last year when I started, and it was really, really popular, and we had quite a few students attend, more than we thought we would have. And we decided to run the competition again, but we got a lot of feedback from students as to what they enjoyed about the competition, what they found hard, what they'd like to see in the future, and then we adjusted the competition this year based on student feedback. Last year we had some really, really interesting projects. Obviously I remember very well the gentleman who won the competition. He made a shocking amount of profit, but probably the most memorable project for me was one of our students bought lots of components and raw materials and made desktop snowmen. So he got lots of raw materials, put them together and added value to the product and had a really nice end product that he was selling, which was unique and completely different to what everybody else was doing, which was reselling an existing product.
That sounds amazing. And what did the winner do?
The winner bought and sold iPhone cases at a substantial profit. And the trick was, which I always try to remind people taking part in this challenge, is that if you plan ahead and find your market, test your market, get a customer base, then it's really easy to sell very quickly and then reinvest the money and then buy more products and then reinvest the money, and that's how you can make a continuing profit.
Thank you, Rachel, again, and I hope that more students will decide to participate next year as well. Keep an eye on the participants of the £10 challenge. One of them could be the next Richard Branson. This has been Irina Gneosheva, KTV News, Medway Campus.
Thanks, Irina.
Before we sign off, it's time to get the latest update on the weather for the weekend ahead. Over to you, George.
It's cloudy today with a slight breeze and sunny spells. Over the weekend, it's again quite cloudy with a slight breeze, although the breeze will be a bit stronger up here on the hill. And over the course of the week, we have the same cloudy with a slight breeze and sunny spells over the course of Monday and Tuesday. So, not the best week, but it could certainly be a lot worse. I'm George Stiles, and this is KTV News.
That's all from KTV News for this week. Thank you to all of our reporters, and we hope you've enjoyed this broadcast.
For more news, check out Inquire, which is available across campus or online at inquirelive.co.uk.
And if you happen to listen to the radio, CSR-FM broadcasts its local news at midday and 5 to 6 every day of the week. I've been Alexander Lilly.
And I'm Alexia Simone Addo. Thank you for watching KTV News. Goodbye.